just in the nick of time. There we go. Hello, everybody. So I had it set. For Facebook or for YouTube instead of Facebook. So we should be going now. Life's good. Maybe some folks will show up. Hope Candy refines me. Hello all. I've been having some trouble. I had it set for Facebook, or I had it set for YouTube instead of Facebook, so that's why I got a little late start, but we're here now. Hope you're having a good Friday the 13th. Well, hello there, Facebook, YouTube, wherever else this ends up in all the world. I am David Arday. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. Tonight, I'm going to do a plug for my son in Boise Dev. We're going to talk about water everywhere, and I'm going to talk a lot about my upcoming book. And I'm going to ask for the same favor I asked the few of you who are with me on Tuesday. Let's get right to it. So, a lot of you know that my son is responsible for a journalism site called the Boise Dev. Over the last couple of years, he's built it into something that I'm extremely proud of him for. He's up to 4 journalists, and he and I have both sold media over the years, and we both kind of talked about billboards a lot. They're great for branding. They're not particularly good for selling. So I was extremely proud of him when he created this. Now, when your son is literally, his business is on a billboard, you kind of got to puff up a little. In fact, I'm puffing up so much I'm showing it. I also have a billboard in town with one of my photographs, which I'm also pretty proud of. If I'd been smart, I might have been showing you them both, but of course, he's much better at this sort of thing than I am. So there's a big shout out. He handles a lot of interesting information about Boise. If you want to know where to eat out, Boise went back to stage 2.-1 or something. It's basically, it's kind of funny. We're in stage 2, but none of the restrictions to bars, restaurants, churches, or schools apply. So I'm not quite sure what it means, but we're in stage 2 again. Before, stage 2 meant nothing was open. We were allowed limited recreation. That is about it. So, yeah, Miguel, you can certainly see that he's spent a little time. You and he worked together a little bit. I'm pretty proud of him. Boise Dev is a pretty cool thing. So, all right, let's talk about Idaho rivers. Those of you who have been with me, in fact, those of you who haven't been with me probably know I have really struggled over the last, really over a year, to come up with a way to present some of my photographs. Originally, I was going to do something called Just Around the Bend, a photographer's journey. And as it turned out, there aren't any tales to be told, so I shifted. I was looking through my imagery, and I have an awful lot of really good images of the water of Idaho, waterfalls, cascades, Dead Man's Falls. I have the Snake River abundantly. I obviously have a lot of Boise River. I have a lot of the Payette. I have the snake and the salmon and the, I've got a beautiful picture of Lake Pend Oreille. There was a picture of Lake Coeur d'Alene on one of my calendars. The good thing is that that it is, it is something that I can do relatively quickly. I'm going to throw up a question of Ziggy's here so I can talk about it. Go back to this sign. Look at me pushing all the buttons at the right time. So Ziggy, what it is this is basically a website. He also sends out a weekly newsletter and actually a daily newsletter. You can find it at boisedev.com, or you can subscribe to his free, mind you, Facebook page. It does have some sponsors. That's how he makes his money, but there is no paywall. You get to get right to almost all of his information. He does sometimes, for his more sensitive information, he does post it to his subscribers, the people who actually give him $10 a month first. But the information does go out quickly to the regular folks. So, and now back to your regular programming. So I am going to do the water of Idaho. So I need a great title. Wet and Wild. A contender at the moment is Idaho H2O, which is kind of cute. Idaho Wet and Wild. I don't know. I need a great title. And this is why. These are a couple of examples. This is Veterans Pond, the blue and orange one. It is going to be the no, I'm assuming Wet and Wild or a Idaho H2O, Miguel. So this picture is going to be on the Idaho Land Trust website and their newsletter. I just authorized their use. And this one on the right is the Lower Hells Canyon Dam. This is actually the snake after it's come out of the dam. I just love the way the water and the reflections come off of that. I'm really happy. I am going to avoid the controversy over the dams. I certainly understand both sides. I'm going to avoid it. I'm not going to mention it at all. In fact, I'll probably have photographs of windmills and of mines. This book isn't going to be political. Hopefully it will have some amazing stories. So there you go. In some research I've done, you might want to hear about how the Snake River Plain was formed. Well, you're going to hear about it whether you want to or not. So, the Snake River Plain is this wide, fairly level area that the Snake River comes out of Wyoming and wanders down before it turns north. And you got to wonder, well, how did that happen? We've got mountains on both sides. You've got lava flows all over. But it's fascinating to me. Imagine a candle. And then imagine a chocolate bar over the top of it. And as that chocolate bar moves over the top of the candle, it melts. Now, it doesn't melt enough to go all the way through, obviously, it drip down, but it just melts. So, the candle is what we think of as the Yellowstone caldera. It is a plume or a hot spot, and at 4 millimeters, which is not even an inch, it has been moving slowly for eons, and it moved through the northwest continent crust as it moved slowly up towards Yellowstone. I guess it's moving this way. The flame is staying there. And it created this absolutely cool plain. Where it spilled out, it formed craters of the moon. Obviously, that plume is still underneath Yellowstone, so you get Old Faithful and all the cool geysers and that sort of thing. Its legacy is still in Idaho and all of the hot tubs. So that's the sort of thing I've been doing. I've been doing some really deep research. So I'm going to talk about the geology and how the names, fascinating. So many of our Idaho rivers and places are named after French Canadians. So Le Bois is Boise. You've got the Tetons. That means boob or tit, depending on how you look at it. The Payette River. There's even a French Creek. I'm getting all that stuff together, and I'm going to create a full-on beautiful top book, and I hope that you all enjoy it and have a chance to take a look at it. So I'm going to show you a couple more shots here. Oh, there, we already saw that. So that's kind of it for me tonight. I don't have a lot going on this week. I did meet with a man who has published several books, and he's going to help me. He has been set up next to me at the market, so if anybody knows enough about that, I might. You know, I'm just going to tell you. My friend Scott Marchant, he writes the Hiking Idaho books, and he does lots and lots of publishing. And if we first started talking about him helping me with distribution, and then the more we got into it, he has a great editor. He already has his books all over the state, since they're both Idaho books. He also has a good printer. So it may be that as this goes along, I will have Scott publish it and then help me with the distribution, which I'm really, really pleased with it. So, my friends, let's see if I can do this here. It's really quick. Nope, can't do this quick. So do you have any ideas for what the book name should be? So Miguel thinks it should be, see if I can do this. Thinks it should be The Rivers and Lakes of Idaho. Yeah, I'm sorry. I appreciate your idea for simplicity, but I'm not sure that's going to jump off the book cases or get anybody at Amazon to buy it. It probably doesn't need to be as cute as Idaho H2O or Wet and Wild Idaho, but there's something that's more interesting. And besides, it's not just going to be rivers and lakes. It will be streams. It's actually going to be canals and puddles. It's going to be, there's all sorts of, pretty much if it is a moving body of water in Idaho, I'm probably going to have something to do with it. I'm also going to talk about the critters that are close. So I'll have I will certainly have the wild stallions, which are on the Snake River Plain, just above the snake. So that includes, I can do Bruno. I have a great eagle that was taken on the Boise River. So over the years, I have had some interesting. I'm probably also going to include some of the activities. I don't have a lot of that stuff. I think I talked a little bit about, I have a friend who flies, and I'm probably going to shoot some of this stuff, including Hills Canyon, from the air. So it's not just going to be lakes and rivers and streams. It's going to be all of the wetness, all of the contiguous waterways and that sort of thing. So I need some help. One more thing. Some of you who follow my Facebook saw an image I took of the Grand Tetons from the Idaho side. We had a lot of discussion online about whether it should be in color or black and white. I want to show you what I decided. See if I can get this out and it will stay in focus. Oh, that's the wrong side. Let's try this. Are we going to be able to see this? I might have to back all the way up. Oh, there we go. Ooh, let me see if I can make... Here, let's go here. Yep, none of the above. All right, so you're just going to have to look at it down in the corner, guys. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. Here we go. Technology. Hang with me. It's a disaster. There we go. Look at that. Can I get it out of the reflection? Probably not. So this is what I call a store-bought print. I bought it online from Costco, actually. And it just turned out fantastic. Hey, here's a deal. This would be in the galleries at $325. If anybody out there wants to give me a mere $250 and I can deliver it, I will do that. It'll probably cost me $40 to mail it, depending on where it is. So, oh, I like Kamala's idea of the thirst for Idaho. So that's it for me tonight, folks. Thank you so much I have so been grateful for you helping me out through all of this journey, through all this crazy COVIDness. And again, thank you so much. You want to know more about me? Whoops, wrong one. Whoops, there we go. That's a whole different story.